and I'm not just doing this as a libertarian manifesto. I mean, if I was out there and I wanted to bring a lot of these liberals into whatever protests I was organizing, those are the points that I would keep it on. And when you're out there protesting against what government is doing, you can, when you have an idea for what the government should do, keep that part to yourself. The things that government shouldn't do that it's doing that can bring people together, that we can agree on. That can bring people together. And I don't know. I think I'll wait until the spring to really go after Obama, because every good revolutionary knows that it's a lot harder to topple regimes in the wintertime. So I'm thinking when the time comes, libertarians in America, we will have our moment. We will be able to bring people together because we get these core concepts. And I know that the people at these demonstrations, if you said bring the troops home, they would agree with that. If you say and the corporate bailouts and the corporate advantages and the corporatism, and talk about those policies, then absolutely, they'll agree with that. They'll be on board with that. But those have to be, those can't take the form of government do this, like end corporatism by creating more regulations, because no one is going to agree on what those positive actions, and by positive I don't mean good, beneficial. I mean positive as in positive as opposed to neutral or to stop doing, but actually taking action. No one's going to agree on the details of that. But if you say government don't do this, you're doing this wrong, and leave it at that, that's keeping ideology out of it. That's actually getting to things that can bring people together. And I think that's what we're going to see in the spring. We're going to start seeing protests around that. We're going to start seeing demands to impeach Obama, because it's starting to get to that point.
Well, I'm for taking advantage of crowds. They want to give me a big giant crowd to somebody that's semi-politically oriented that knows that there's an issue to even have a side on. I'm all over infecting them, because it's all about the injection of the freedom infection into their bone marrow. And once you do that, and you've just planted the seed, it's all over. So I always say yes. Yep, yes. I think we should, yes. Go knock yourself out. And positive, good activities get done. If it works out, it'll continue. If not, now, the wintertime may be, slow you up there in Washington, D.C., but that's when we get busy here in Phoenix. Yeah, no. Yeah, we're just now getting into under 100-degree weather, man. We're like, ooh, it's time for us to go get busy.
Prime time.
Yeah, no, we keep it going until spring, till y'all come online again. So we're
my Southwest is New Mexico, and in New Mexico it's a little bit different, and we still have winters there.
Yeah, no, up in the mountains, Santa Fe, it's kind of burr chilly, but here in Phoenix, Southern California, maybe Florida, and so on, time to get busy. So we have a whole lot of stuff that's coming up here in just a little bit, and now we got your artwork all done and set up and ready, and they're starting to do printing today of the new QR codes that are going to be distributed in Tempe and Arizona State University and all. We're going to make a big, giant woohoo there. We got Rock the Revolution. Zach Carter's working on that. They're going to be here the 3rd of November, so we got that to play with. We have the Gary Johnson is coming the last Saturday of the month here for a fundraiser and the Levolution. Show him some love, and anybody that's anti-drug war, anti-war, we're going to show them some love and encouragement there. Then we have Libertopia is going on in San Diego the weekend of the 23rd, so we'll be like 4 days out there, having a good time, rock and roll and whatnot. So we're hoping to have all of the distribution of the QR stickers are going to go on everything, and it'd be a lot of different organizations that we're working with on that. And we're going to make sure that they're on every bus stop, every school bus stop, every high school, stadiums, sporting events, parking meters, public restrooms. You're sitting there filling up your car and you got nothing else to do, and you see a gallon gasoline. Guess what? I'd be clicking with my smartphone. So this is going to be, and then the next one that's going to come right after this is going to be our silver Craigslist, everything for silver. I want to trade silver, got silver, I need silver. And we're going to do this, and that'll be a Levolutionary, go to the planet. Everybody can put up one thing on Craigslist for, a silver dime or an ounce of silver or something, because we're just going to make it just, well, you want to know how it's done? This is how you do it. You just do it. So we're going to have fun with that. So this is all the kind of things that not only we can do in the Southwest where it's warm, which is nice going out when it's not so cold and or hot, but also that it's something that anybody can do from anywhere. Necessarily, the Levolution loves something they can do from their keyboard, So this is going to be, we're going to continue having a lot of fun. Now you're coming online with Adam versus the Man again. I mean, you're in the formulating, getting ready, starting to do daily broadcasting kind of stuff. Tell us about that.
Close. I'm so close. I've been really careful about formulating the new show as an independent web show just for the YouTube channel. 10 minutes a day. What you need to know is going on in the world today. Interviews will be bonus segments. 3 minutes. You want to come on, plug an event. You want to come on for an hour, talk about tour reform. They will never be rushed. I've got the home studio all set up in such a way that I think I'm actually going to have better production values overall than the last iteration of the show in a professional television news studio. So I throw that out, and I know that sounds like an ambitious claim, but for starters, we'll be in HD, so that's one plus. But I want people to wait and reserve judgment and check it out. And I would ask people if they're interested in plugging into the service that I hope to be providing well for my audience. Check out AdamVersusTheMan.com and get signed up for the email list, and we'll have some updates coming shortly.
Well, 2 comments. One, you start off with a couple of 100,000 people on just your first video in a while, and I'm like, dang, that doesn't suck. And the other thing, HD, I hope you're using moisturizer and everything and pour this and, a cleanser or whatever, because, damn, you do HD, we're going to see everything. Fortunately, you're a young man and you can get away with it. I'm not sure I can.
I grow a beard. I wear a beard. The less of my face I have to show, the better off I am.
All right, cool. You be my age, it starts coming in gray, and your wife's like, you don't need a beard anymore. So what I'm want to make sure that we get out is that in our conversation, you did a fantastic service by getting probably the best spokesperson for their side to come on and then give us, force is good as long as they do what we want and equal the playing field and tax the rich kind of thing. Okay, that's probably how the vast majority of the people in the street, they're kind of, what they said. And even if they're not, these are the ones that are going to be given the microphone. These are the ones that MSNBC, CNN, Fox News is going to seek out anyway. This is what they're going to do. It's it's the Tea Party versus the tax the rich, Occupy Wall Street people. I get it. I understand. But at the same time, while they're having that fight, we're the little mice that are out there passing out all kinds of stuff to the minions there and getting them infected. So, there's a role for us, and we don't have to do all the work. We can just sit there and pat them on the back. You just keep getting me crowds. That's very nice of y'all. Do that for me. So
thanks for bringing all the ready to be educated people into one place.
Right. That's exactly what you just did.
Yeah.
Adam.
Yep.
That's exactly what you just did. So I'm going, and we can all have a part in this, but I'm telling you, the big thing is that we're saving these people from themselves. Because if we don't let them know what's really going on, they're just going to get sucked right back into the game, left, the right, this guy's in charge, now this guy, ouch, quit it, and they never really get to the base of what the real problem is. And
if these people really represented the 99% of America as they claim to, then what we would get would be more government control, more centralization of power, and they'd be right back here for an American Spring that would be a violent, bloody, desperate attempt at overthrowing the government, because that's what it would come to. Maybe not this spring, but that's what these people are asking for. That's what they would get. And if we can stop that, if we can redirect that, if we can slow that down even, then we've got a chance at really moving this country towards liberty. But I think at times like this too, it's helpful to remind ourselves of the long-term perspective, that the advance towards liberty is the natural progress of humanity, that we are developing, we are crawling towards, it seems at times, just crawling towards a voluntary society. That is the inevitable course of human history, and all of these setbacks and challenges are really bumps along the road, and we can only decide for ourselves in the moment what side we're going to be on. Are we going to be on the side of love and truth and justice, or are we going to be on the side of indulgence and deception and exploitation at the hands of government and letting people be controlled by others? And that's what this is all about. And I think it's important to just take a step back and reaffirm that, and not get caught up in what's going on right now and freak out like, oh, this is what's going to define the future of America for the next 20 years, because it's not.
Well, we all have a role. Let me give you an example. They're doing the chalk to police thing last Saturday. You know, some of the guys here, they're like, Ernie, man, you know, I mean, you got the phone numbers of, you know, give them the call. They were getting nervous because of the rhetoric that was going on, that Sheriff Joe Arpaio, the toughest sheriff in America, he was, you know, going to go out and meet him head on, and gosh darn it, and everybody gets arrested, and I got my chain gang here, that my forced slave labor that's going to clean up everything, and you don't get to express yourself, and gosh darn it, I'm in charge. Well, I called, I know Sheriff Joe from back in the day. He and I go at it back and forth. I'm no fan, but he knows that we got a cordial relationship because I understand him. He's Joe, you know, I think you're crazy, man. You know, you're just, I mean, damn. Now, what happens is that understanding, we can get along just fine, but he's getting up there in age. I mean, you know, he's in his later 70s or something, but they go, we got to replace him. And he's always worried about some libertarian or me running against him. And the thing, I'm like, are you kidding?
Do it, Ernie.
I'm like, are you kidding me? I'd love having poster children like that up there representing the state. I'm like, you know.
Yeah, I'd rather have people like you in charge of the guns. Take out Arpaio yourself.
No, it's, you know, if you're going to have, you know, somebody representing the government position, you want somebody exactly like Joe, okay? So it's just such a good example. Now, this is what happened. I talked to the Phoenix Police Department, and their thing was this. They go in front of downtown at the county jail. That we're saying that's Sheriff Joe's, man. We're not claiming jurisdiction on the sidewalk there, whether they got it or not. We're just giving that to Joe. That's you. Have a nice day. They'll go over, and we'll just let them do whatever on the sidewalk in front of the Phoenix Police Department. Now, Sheriff Joe, he originally was going to go out there and, you know, be there as he direct arrests in front of the cameras and do all this kind of stuff. I talked to him. They put me through, and we're talking, and he had on speakerphone this PR guy. Now, some of the other people were like, yeah, this is not going to go well. You know, I said, look, let me tell you what. I know these guys. They're not violent. They're not, you know, they're going to express themselves. They know what the law is. The law is that on the ground, you can do whatever you want on the sidewalk. Now, our law says if you started going up the wall like they were doing in Manchester and so on, you know, then you start having problems, or Keene or wherever they were doing
like
that.
Like in Manchester.
Pardon me?
Like in Manchester, heaven forbid.
Yeah, you know, it's well, anyway.